Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most notorious unsolved cases in Australian history, the infamous Easey Street Murders. This chilling crime rocked the nation, and after decades of mystery, the suspected killer was finally caught in Italy. Stick around as we uncover the details of this case and the incredible international manhunt that led to his capture. Our story begins in Melbourne, Australia, in 1977, on a quiet street that would soon be associated with one of the most brutal double murders in Australian history. The victims were 28-year-old Suzanne Armstrong and 27-year-old Susan Bartlett, two close friends who shared a house on Easey Street in Collingwood. On January 10th, a neighbor went to check on the house after hearing Armstrong's infant son crying continuously for hours. Inside, the neighbor made a horrifying discovery. Both women had been brutally murdered, their bodies found in separate rooms of the house. Suzanne had been stabbed repeatedly in her bedroom, while Susan was discovered in the hallway, also the victim of a vicious stabbing attack. This horrific crime sent shockwaves through the local community, and the fact that the baby was left unharmed only added to the tragic mystery. Police launched a massive investigation. This wasn't just a random break-in. The attack seemed deliberate, fueled by rage or something much darker. The police interviewed hundreds of potential witnesses, including friends, neighbors, and possible suspects. But frustratingly, no clear leads emerged. The investigation revealed little evidence. There were no signs of forced entry, which led police to believe the women likely knew their killer. Despite exhaustive efforts, detectives couldn't piece together what happened that night, or why these two women had been targeted. The media coverage exploded as details trickled out, turning the Easey Street Murders into a national headline. Everyone in Melbourne was talking about it. But as the weeks turned into months and then years, the case went cold. It seemed like the killer had vanished without a trace. Part 3. The killer caught in Italy, but here's where the story takes a major twist decades later. For years, the Easey Street Murders remained unsolved, with investigators and the public holding on to hope that one day the killer would be found. Fast forward to recent years, and thanks to advancements in forensic technology, Australian authorities reopened the case. DNA evidence from the crime scene had been preserved, and with modern techniques, they were able to reanalyze it. This new breakthrough pointed to a man who had long been off the radar. And here's the real shocker. That man had fled Australia and was living in Italy under a new identity. The suspect, whose name we now know as Perry Kurumbles, a 65-year-old dual citizen of Australia and Greece, had been hiding in plain sight for decades. Australian police coordinated with Italian authorities and Interpol to track him down. So how exactly did they catch him? After matching his DNA to the crime scene, Australian detectives issued an international warrant. Italian police then launched an investigation and found the suspect living in Rome, Italy. After confirming his identity through surveillance and additional evidence, they moved in and arrested him. The international cooperation between law enforcement was a major factor in finally bringing this fugitive to justice. Part 4. The shocking aftermath. The news of the arrest broke all over Australia and beyond. It was the moment everyone had been waiting for. The long, agonizing mystery of who killed Suzanne Armstrong and Susan Bartlett had finally come to an end. The suspect was extradited to Australia, where he is now awaiting trial for these brutal murders. While it took decades to get to this point, the families of the victims finally have some hope that justice will be served. The Easey Street Murders have haunted the city of Melbourne for over 40 years. And while we still don't know every detail of what happened that night, the arrest of the suspect brings us one step closer to closure. Conclusion. This case is a chilling reminder that sometimes even the most horrifying crimes don't stay hidden forever. Thanks to the persistence of investigators and advancements in forensic science, justice may finally be delivered in one of Australia's most infamous cold cases. If you want to stay updated on this case and other true crime stories, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there.